And welcome to the British Championship here at Northiam. I'm in the paddock with Duncan Tolhurst. Duncan, you had a brilliant race last week at Braidford. You won. You hoping to do that again today?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. We've been waiting for this meeting for a long time, like everybody else, and we're here today. And yeah, everybody else wanted to win last week as well, but we fortunately won, and like it puts the pressure on a little bit today because people are watching you and thinking, well, yeah, perhaps they're going good at the moment, and it's sort of pressure I could do without, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, I've got myself in that position, so now I've got to sort of put up with it, and yeah, we're going to try hard, that's for sure.
Do you feel because it's a British Championship that you have to live up to the pressure then? It's more difficult than a normal meeting?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's different than a normal meeting. There's no question of that, and like everybody wants to win today, and everybody prepares, and yeah, and yeah, you go away with a title today, and that's what the other 24 are here for, you know. So yeah, the pressure's definitely on, but I've got to try and cope with the pressure today.
How do you like the track here? Do you like it all?
Well, I've only ever rode here once before, and only did the best pairs 2 years ago. Only did one race and had a machinery problem. We packed up, and that was us finished for the day. So yeah, I'm not that familiar with the track, but like we will be as the day goes on. We just work hard today. That's all we can do.
Rob, this is going to be your last time racing in a big meeting over in England. Hoping to win then?
Yeah, of course. It'd be good to finish off on a high, and after last week, which was a really good meeting for us, and yeah, nice to do it again today.
Is your bike all set up for today's track?
Yeah, we'll find out in practice, but yeah, I don't think we'll have too much of a problem.
Who do you think is going to be the main people you're going to have to be fighting for today?
It's going to be tough, really, isn't it? Yeah, you've always got Whitelam and Wilson and Halsey, Ivor, and yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough all round.
Good luck, guys. John, you didn't have very much luck last week. Is that all sorted now?
Yeah, we've took the engine out, and we've took another one back to the builder, and he's put us one together for today. So it's fingers crossed, really. It's not ideal to bring an engine, straight from the tuner, but yeah, fingers crossed. It's the Masters, so we'll have a good go.
You was obviously hoping to do well last week. There was a big meeting, so you're hoping to go for a win today to make up for it.
Yeah, exactly. This is our last year anyway, so we really look forward to the Rhodes Minnis track. So that was a letdown. So yeah, hopefully we can pull something out of the bag today.
How do you like this track here at Northiam?
I've never been here today, this track, so it's a first for us. So yeah, we just have to have a look in practice and see how it goes.
Is your bike all set up for this track, or do you not really know because you haven't been out?
No, we haven't been out yet, but I mean, we sort of just had a look at it, and we've put the gearing on, we think, and we just have to go from there, really.
Do you think it's just going to be the usual people today to be up against, or do you think some surprising people?
Yeah, no, it's a hard question, really, because it's one of, the whole entry could win it, really. It's just have some luck on the day, and yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Rob, you were going okay last week until you had a bit of trouble in the final. Is that all sorted?
Yeah, hopefully, Jem. That has caught us out a couple of times this year, but hopefully we've sorted it, and we just have to see how it runs today.
This is the British Masters, so this is one to win.
Yeah, I mean, they're all... Yeah, we'd like to win them all, but yeah, I suppose at the end of the day, you get remembered for this one. If you do win the Masters, it's a good one to win, that's for sure.
Do you feel under more pressure in yourself because it's going to be your last time doing the Masters?
No, not really. I know in my own mind I've got to really go pretty good in all the heats to stand any sort of chance. So, just so hopefully take it as another day's racing, I think.
What do you think of this track here? Do you reckon it's going to be okay, or do you not really like the small tracks?
Hopefully it's going to be all right. Obviously they water it, and practice is really, it don't really work out for any of us. So, and then the racing, hopefully it'll be good and not too dusty so we can actually race. So, yeah, it looks like Mates and Aces have made a good job of the track, and hopefully it'll be a good day for everybody,
Is your bike all set up for today's meeting, or are you going to have to go out and practice and then see how it goes?
I think, again, practice is, it's different to the racing, so obviously we've got to go and practice, and then the first heat you really come back and then you really sort yourself out where you're going, but only mainly because it's probably going to be a bit wet and slick for a minute, and then it'll dry out.
So you're looking for a podium position today at least then, Rob?
It would be good, Jem, yeah, be great.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Bob.
Gary, you missed out last week to prepare your bike for today. How was that?
Yeah, I normally I never do a meeting the week before the Masters, never have done, so it's not really a shock that I didn't do last week's meeting. I like to prepare a bit better than I normally do for for the Masters because it's such an important meeting and a lot rides on it. So I like to prepare as much as I can for it.
What were you doing to prepare the bike then?
Basically just strip it down to nothing and rebuild it. I've had the engine apart and the chassis apart and just make sure everything's greased up and no cracks here and there and freshen the engine up really.
Is the Masters the most important meeting to you then all year?
I think it probably is, yeah. It's got the most status and everybody always talks about the British Masters and the Masters title, so it is, as far as I'm concerned, in the Grasstrack calendar, it is the most important meeting, yeah.
So you're under a lot of pressure within yourself to win today then?
No, I mean I try not to put myself under any pressure. You just have to do the best you can on the day, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world, but I'll be trying my best.
You haven't had a brilliant season, but you're hoping to change that all today then, really?
Yeah, it's been an up and down season really, with one thing and another. I've had a couple of mechanical problems, and it feels like I've done hardly any racing, but I've spent more time in the garage than I ever have done. But it's just the way it goes. You go through phases like this where it all goes for you and it doesn't. So just hopefully it'll come right for today. So we'll just have to see.
Carl, how are you hoping to do today then?
I will win it.
Do you like this track here at Northiam?
I've never rode it before, so it's all new to me.
Who do you think is going to be the ones to beat today, or do you reckon that's everybody?
Well, everyone's got quite a good contenders, isn't there? So we'll beat them.
How you like riding with Gary this season?
It's nice, great.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Paul, you had an eventful meeting last weekend. How was that?
Yeah, it was pretty eventful. Got it all out of the way for this week. Yeah.
You were seeded through because of Kevin was in Germany, so you didn't have to do the qualifier. Yeah. Would you have rather done the qualifier so you would have actually been in it, like knowing you've got through, or is this fine for you?
Yeah, it was pretty fine being seeded through. We ain't really very good, so we had no chance of qualifying. So, yeah, it's pretty good. It cost us a lot of money, though.
How are you hoping to do today?
Yeah, if we make the D final, we'll be pretty happy.
You've got Kevin on the back, who is one of the reigning British champions at the moment. You under more pressure for him to be up there again?
No, not really. He won't be British Championship passenger after tonight, so there's no pressure at all.
Kevin, I'll ask you, are you hoping to win today, though, to keep up your reigning championship?
I'd like to win it again, but say there's a very good strong field here today, and to be honest, I think it could be anybody's meeting. But I'd like to make the final, to be honest, and just put a good show on for Paul, really, and make him feel a bit better.
Do you like it here at Northiam? Have you ever rode here before?
I rode here a couple of years ago in the best pairs, and I rode with Paul Whitelam, and we didn't do too good. The pairing we was up with was with Terry Madley and Peter Lloyd, and it wasn't the sort of track they liked, but we didn't do too badly. But I think it's a proper grass track today, isn't it?
Do you agree with Paul that you're not going to win today then, or are you just going to be more optimistic?
I was only joking.
I think we've got as much chance as anybody else has, to be honest.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
And no fights.
Try not to.
Paul, you had a really nasty accident last week. How are you feeling?
My foot's a bit swollen, but it's okay. It's not hindering me, so it'll be all right.
The bike was pretty smashed up. Has that all been prepared during the week?
Yes, it's been at Steers all week. He's done a great job on it. It's like a new bike now again, so be good.
You're looking forward to today. You're reigning champion. You're hoping to keep that up this year?
I'd love to keep it, but there's so many good riders out there now. We'll give it our best shot.
You've been out for practice. How did you find it?
It's very slippy at the minute. We keep getting pushed wide. But I think when it dries out, it's going to be really good.
So are you hoping for a win, or are you just going to settle for up on the podium today?
No, we're going for the win. Why not?
Do you think that your foot's going to play up today, or do you reckon it'll be fine?
I don't think it's going to hinder me, nose. It's out of the way, so it's all right.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Richard, you won the qualifier, so you could come here today. So how are you hoping to do?
Well, I've got Kevin on the back again today because Jason's had a bit of an accident. Track is a bit choppy, but we're hoping to have a go and get some results.
Are you pleased that you got Kevin back on the side of you again today, because you got quite a lot of experience with him?
Yeah, we've done about 8 years together, so good to be back in the seat again, I think.
You haven't done many grass tracks this year. Is that going to be a bit of a disadvantage to you, or is that all right?
We seem to be going okay. Obviously, we haven't done as many, but a lot of that is to do with the travelling and having a new passenger whose work commitments don't let him get away as often as he might.
Have you been out for practice? How did you find it?
A little bit rough, to say the least. I think we could have done with a motocross bike today instead of a grass bike.
Who do you think is going to be your main competitors today?
Duncan, Tolhurst, I expect.
Well, good luck. Hope you do well.
Cheers. Thanks for that. Thanks.
Don, you won the South Eastern Centre Championship earlier this year. How are you hoping to do today?
Well, if we can start off well on the first race, we'll give it our best shot, I think. We had a lot of luck on the day down at that meeting, but somebody's got to win the meeting, so no, we'll give it a good go today. We will give it a good go.
Well, you beat most of the people there who are here today, so that's obviously got to be a positive.
Yeah, but this one's a little bit undulated, more than what that meeting was, so it's going to be a totally different meeting. You've got to forget about that meeting and move on. But I think if you can ride the bumps quick enough, we've got a good as much chance as everybody else.
Been out for practice, and how did you find it?
Fine, great, absolutely liked it, yeah.
Did you like the track then?
Yeah, it's okay.
Symon, how are you hoping to do today then?
Yeah, as John said, normally if we do well in our first couple of heats, then yeah, it tends to set us up for the rest of the day. So hopefully we can have a good couple of heats and then ride it from there.
You are a really good partnership, and you're one of the top ones to beat around here. So who are your main competition?
Everybody, as John said, I think there's a number of one of 12 people that can win it today. So that's how close and how open it's going to be today. So, but you just can't afford to not be in the top 3 in every heat. So hopefully we can do that and make the final. So that's what we tend to do, just make the final, and anything above 6th place is a bonus.
Well, good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Jason, I hear you like bumpy tracks. Is that going to work for you today here?
Well, I'm not sure yet. It's a little bit bumpy, but I think it'll get smoother and get slicker, and it won't be as grippy after, but hopefully it'll get bumpier and slow some of these speedway men down. So I can, I live up north, I'm used to bumpy tracks, so hopefully it gets bumpy and bumpier for me.
You're current 350 champion, so you're going to let that down today, so you're hoping to be 500 champion?
Yeah, well, hopefully there's a few good riders, but if they break down or something and looks on my side, you never know, but I think I'll struggle to win, but if I'm in the top 6 or 7, I'll be happy.
Who do you think your main competition is going to be today?
Well, it's Paul Hurry and a few speedway riders. It could be any one of 4 or 5, really. But Paul Hurry will be the main one. He's that fast out of the start, and he'll just keep it tight. No one else pass him, I don't think.
As you like bumpy tracks, is your bike all set up for it?
Yeah, it's the same every week, really. I don't alter it all that much, so yeah, it'll be set up, I suppose.
All right, good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
Paul, you had a brilliant week last week. You won. You hoping to do that again today?
Try to. Yeah, it's just nice to sort of get a nice grass track to enjoy yourself. So, fingers crossed.
You've been winning everything this year, so you're hoping to carry on today and do that?
I don't know about everything, Jem. Yeah, obviously when you win it, you sort of enjoy yourself a bit more. So, yeah, as I say, fingers crossed, and we'll see how it goes.
You won the British champion at Skegness last year. It's a bit of a different track here, so is that going to be disadvantage to you?
I don't think so. Like I said, it's like a typical grass track, so I tend to sort of favour them. A lot of people say because I'm a speedo rider, the tracks are made for speedo riders, but this one seems to be a proper grass track, so hopefully it all goes well.
Do you prefer the bumpier tracks then?
No, not really.
I just spoke to Jason, and he said that you're going to be one of the main competitors. Does that put you under more pressure?
It does a little bit. Obviously, when you won it last year and this year you've got to defend it, you get a bit more pressure, but you just got to take it in your stride, really. Obviously, winning the European and the British Masters, it does put a big target on your back, so you have to try and keep that target clean.
Who do you think your main competition is going to be today then?
Everyone, really. You can't underestimate anyone. Obviously, last week there's a few people jumped out at the start and I had a bit of a job to catch them, so I won't be trying to do that again. But yeah, everyone, you just got to get on with it.
All right, good luck.
Cheers, Jem.
Cheers, Paul. Trevor, last time you won the British Masters in 1979, so are you hoping to do that again today?
I'd like to win it today, but I think looking at it realistically, you've got Paul, you've got youngsters, you've got Andrew Appleton, Glen Phillips, you've got some good young riders. Yeah, I would like to win it today, but I think it's a bit out of my league at the moment.
Well, being optimistic, you turn 50 at the end of this year. You're trying to hope to get this under your belt, though.
Yeah, I think this is going to be definitely my last British Masters I'll be doing, and yeah, it would be nice to win it and sort of go out on a high, but I think that's a bit impossible, really. But we'll see how we go today. Next year, I'm going to try and finish off my racing career by doing a few meetings just to say goodbye to the fans and everything, and yeah, basically call it a day really next year.
Why is that then?
just too old, and you should see me on Monday morning when I get up. I just can hardly move, and I think it's time to do something different. I think I've had about 33 years of racing now, so yeah, I think it's time to call it a day and sit back and watch the youngsters do it.
Have you rode at this track before? Do you like it?
Well, someone said to me that I've ridden here before in the juniors, but to be honest with you, I can't remember. I must have ridden here before, but when, I couldn't tell you.
Do you like this kind of track with the bumps and stuff?
It's a bit hard. In my younger days, I'd have loved a track like this, but today, I think I like the smoother tracks. I get an easier ride, but it is a bit of a tracker's track, so we just have to see how we go.
How are you hoping to finish today, though?
I'd like to finish in the first 3, but I think maybe I'm just dreaming a bit.
Oh, good luck anyway.
Okay, thanks.
Andrew, you finished 3rd in Europe this year. It's pretty impressive. How are you hoping to do today?
I'm hoping to do pretty well. It's tough competition today. It's a tough little track as well, so it's going to be a hard day, but we're going to be going for it today.
Came 2nd to Port Skegness last year. You're hoping to overtake him today and do the big one?
It would be one of my dreams come true if I did, yeah. So we've just got to make some starts today. That's the important thing. But if I can finish in the top 6 today, I've got bad cold, so I'm not feeling too good. But top 6 would be happy.
And how do you like this track here at Northiam? You've been out to practice. How do you find it?
I've had 2 practice now, and the track's quite rough, so it's going to be tough conditions today, I think. But hopefully it should get better later on.
You don't like the bumpy tracks here?
I don't think anyone does, to be honest. But no, it's I'm used to it. But as I say, it's the same for everybody. So it's just see if we can make some starts and get to the front.
Except for Paul, who do you think is going to be other competition here today?
There's plenty of competition here. Jason Handley, David Howe, and there's lots of people here that can do some damage on their day. So it's not going to be easy.
How are you hoping to finish today? Obviously a win, but what would you settle for?
Obviously, I'd settle for a 2nd as per last year, but to be able to beat Paul, he's his current form is excellent at the moment. Finished 3rd in the World Championships and won the European Championships, so he's probably at his peak at the moment. But if we could beat him a couple of times, that'd be excellent.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Okay. Glen, you didn't do the British Masters last year, so you're hoping to do well today?
Yeah, like 2 years out, so hopefully have a good day and be nice to get on the rostrum.
The season's been going pretty well this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've had probably my best season Grasstrack wise. No speedway at the start of the year, so it was just 100% Grasstrack, and I really enjoyed it. Really.
Do you like this track here? You ever rode it before?
No, this is the first time. It's quite rough, but then it's Grasstrack, I suppose. So just get used to it and hopefully get in that final and have a good result.
Do you not like the bumpy tracks, or do you not really mind?
That was something at the start of the year that I was getting used to, really, not doing speedway. But now I'm back in the speedway team, get a bit spoilt really every Tuesday, nice smooth track. But it's there to be rode, so see how it goes.
How are you hoping to do today?
Like I say, just the rostrum really, that's my main aim.
Who do you think your main competition's going to be, like Paul and stuff?
Yes, obviously Paul's definitely up for winning it. Andrew Appleton, then there's a load of outsiders really that are capable on a track like today doing well.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
David, you're one of the top competitors here today. How are you hoping to do?
Well, obviously my first aim to try and get in the top 10 or top 8 or whatever it is to try and get in the World Championship for next year, and then after that, if I've done well enough in the heats and my points are good enough, maybe looking at top 3. You never know. You obviously go into every meeting trying to win, but it's going to be a tough meeting. We'll just see how it goes.
This is your 2nd meeting on the grass this year. How are you finding it?
Well, obviously the John Underwood ended in a bit of controversy, but I really enjoyed it. This track is pretty dodgy, to be honest. I think it's been a little overwatered and doesn't really suit my style so much at the minute, anyway. And it hurt my leg a bit in practice from where I broke it. But practice and racing is 2 different things. Once the adrenaline gets going, I'll probably be a lot better.
Your bike's having a bit of repairs on it now. Is there anything wrong with it, or is it all okay?
No, we're just putting new tyres on for the meeting, just make sure everything's tight and whatnot. Nothing too technical.
Have you had to change the setup since you've been out to practice and had a little go?
I'd made a slight change between my first and second one. It did feel a bit better, but I say I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to have a look at the track after practice and see if there's any difference.
This is quite a big meeting for everybody, really. It's classed as one of the main meetings, so do you feel under more pressure to do that?
I didn't until you came and told me I was one of the favourites. No, to be honest, the pressure's something you put on yourself, and I used to put myself under an immense amount of pressure, and to be fair, I don't anymore. I just go and see what happens. I mean, if I finish last in this meeting, nobody's really going to worry about it. I've got a meeting on Speedway tomorrow where I've got to score points, but obviously I want to go out and I want to do well. I want to qualify and hopefully try and win the meeting.
Is the Speedway more important to you than the grass track?
At the minute, I'd say yes, because it pays my bills. So if I don't score points on the Speedway, I don't eat. So the grassing, it's a little bit of fun at the minute. But if I qualify, like I say, for the World Championships or European Championships next year, then I'll take it a lot more serious.
Who do you think is going to be your main ones to beat today?
Wow, there's so many, isn't there? But obviously, looking at practice, people like Tolhurst and Andrew Appleton and going very, very quick. So I think they're going to be the ones.
Good luck today. Thank you.
Catherine, leave him alone. Put him down. Put him forward. Be a punt. Well done, Gareth. Jason Handley all the way from Penrith, Cumbria. She's undressing. Look at her go. She's enjoying this. Look at that smile. Mitch Godden from Collier Street. Sponsored by the Tunbridge Morning Motorcycle Club. That's what I would have done with it. But he's managed to I don't know what he's going to do with that. Followed by 112, Daniel Winterton, down from Cheshire. Glen Phillips, 23 from Cornwall, Barrett. Sidecar men then, the Parmenter boys, Carrie and Craig. Duncan Tolhurst and Fruitback, Rob Patterson. Trevor on the back seat. 14, Champion Cherry Fern. 92 on Whitelam. Cherry Saunders, the defending Masters champions. Well, that's right, Chris. Row 6, Mark Warren. And Gary Lux. 48, Fred and Tristan Winterburn. They've had a long drive down from Long Eaton. Another long driver from Cornwall, Wayne Westaway, and Sean Courtney. Mark Courtney, sorry, got to get the Sean wrong. 81, John Stafford and David Williams. Number 15, Matthews and Mick Stace. We'd never have known, would we? Let's wish them some good luck today. They've had a bit of a rough 2 seasons. Masters champion a few times over, Gary Jackson with Carl Blyth. Oh, birthday on Tuesday, is it? Who's Simon's or Simon's? Oh, well done. 21 again, yeah, sure he is. The retiring Rob Wilson with Ian Whale. Oh, look at that. Paul Johnson. Largest life as ever. And Kev Jones, the defending Masters passenger. An exciting combination. There's some pretty colours between them. It's always the same, and you can never trust him, can you? Number 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. New balance, bringing them on early. Reg Blackbourne, all the way down from Wainfleet with Martin Bailey. Very famous passenger rode with Roger Weezer once, you know. I don't mean once only, I mean once a season or one something. From Martin Bailey. You're probably right. I'll make it up as we go along, Reg, you know that. Was it Richard Piggott? Richard Piggott he rode with. 44? 44 this afternoon, it's Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Well, I don't know why they haven't got number 4, nobody else has got it. Oh yes, they have a Neil Owen in the reserve berth there, perhaps Neil Owen booked in first. Have some glasses. Need some glasses. Peter Lloyd there and Terry Madley. '25, also from the Wainfleet Skegness area, Colin Blackbourne and Paul Whitelam Jr. Number 3, Lee Jones. I don't think that is Matt Winch, is it? Who are you, young man? Anyway, that's how we're going to keep it a secret. The gear lever, mate, it's down there. That's it. On to number 69, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates. Very fast crew from the very West Country. Number 4, the Welsh Wizards. Oh, well, one of them's Welsh. Half the Welsh Wizards. Neil Owen and Kevin Colborne. Put her down, you don't know where she's been. I think I do. You've got to get that bike to start again now, look. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you pull the machine over the compression of both cylinders till it rocks up on the top. And then don't put it any further or it'll never go over. If you do that, the valves will open. Fingers crossed, he said, for those over the other side who can't see what he's playing at here. And a big run, and a big jump. And away goes the big Godden V3, and lovely it is to hear it. Is that it?
line for race 1, sponsored by Steer Frames. With birthday boy Simon Wall in the chair. 184, John Hiscock and Simon Wall, those little green men. Along with him now, 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. Gary Jackson, I'm losing count, I think 3 times previous winner of this event. Nice to see a good sized crowd here this afternoon. The beer tent of course is open. DR promotions are open. Bob's videos are open. And Grasstrack are closed. The Kent Air Ambulance Trust is open. The ice cream van is here. Rumble Tums are here doing the catering. And look at this. You can see why this bloke was my best man, can't you? The best man I know, even till today. John Hiscock gets a good start. Kite gets one on the other side on the Suzuki. 5 Yamahas and a Suzuki in this race, and the Suzuki is leading the way round. Rob Wilson and Ian Whale down the back straight. A previous winner only a couple of years ago at the Astra Club's Swingfield Minis Circuit. He was then the Masters champion. He's in his retirement season, and he'd like to go out on the top, wouldn't we all? 24, Rob Wilson, Ian Whale. Over Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth, Simon Wall, John Halsey and Jason Glennie, also 2 or 3 times winner of this championship. But he's back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place at the moment. Mike Day out with problems on the top turn there. Trying to get him restarted, tries to salvage some points from this race. 24, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. From Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth. John Hiscock, Simon Wall. John Halsey, Jason Glennie. Mike Day is a lap in arrears. Lee Jones is the man that's in 5th place. Round the turn then, the last lap flag comes out for Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. On the steer Suzuki from Gary Jackson. Carl Blyth, over John Hiscock, Simon Wall, then John Halsey, Jason Glennie. Mike Day, Martin Smith. He is in 6th place because he's a lap in arrears. Then it is Lee Jones and Matt Winch. The checkered flag comes out for race 1. I know it's been a bit delayed, but here they come then. Rob Wilson opens his account with a win from Gary Jackson in 2nd place. John Hiscock in 3rd. John Halsey in 4th. Lee Jones in 5th and Mike Day in 6th. It's a win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. 2nd place, number 23. Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. 3rd place, 184, John Hiscock and Simon Wall. And 4th place, number 13, John Halsey, Jason Glennie. 5th place, number 3, Lee Jones and Matt Winch. And 6th place, number 90, Mike Day, Martin Smith. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.82 seconds, a speed of 54.97 miles per hour. Sorry to do that so fast, but we're going to rush the races out a bit quick now to make up for some of the lost time. That result again, 24, 23, 184, 13, 3, 90. 1 minute 38.82, 54.97 miles per hour. Sidecar Masters, race 2, sponsored by the Maidstone Motorliner Centre. Maidstone Motorliner Centre, the man that straightens the frames and the forks for not only Grasstrack but also road and all sorts of vehicles. Motorliner Centre, cast and wire wheel repairs. Ray Palmer of Maidstone Motorliner Centre. Grasstrack on his own right. Set a new track record last week, I think, at Roseman's. No, he's up Brands Hatch this afternoon, so he won't hear what I'm saying. I know somebody will report back and I'll get a telephone tomorrow. Because Tim was just by then, won't it? Girl power coming down the track here now. Bob skirted around on that platform. Where, and he got to the fellow. Camera on the action. The action's going too. No. Red flag. Start. Not happy. Mr. Parmenter going backwards a little bit on that start line. Another go at that then. Away they go, nice clean break, and down the straight they come, and it's Mr. Parmenter that goes into the lead. Gary and Craig Parmenter lead into the straight. On the defending Master Champion, 92, Paul Whitelam. And Terry Saunders. John Stafford in third place. No, it isn't, that's, he's in fourth place. Third place is Mr. Stoneman. 57, Clive Stoneman and Ronan Broomfield in third place. Round they come then, 18, Gary and Craig Parmenter. Terry Saunders. Clive Stoneman and Ronan Broomfield. Who's that snapping at his heels? And the Parmenters are out. The Parmenters go out with problems, arms waving in the air. What a shame. Cracking start to the race. I think he might have picked up a puncher on the back end. It seems to be wobbling around a little bit. 92, the defending champion going for a race for this one. No, his tyre is up and okay. I don't know what was up with the Parmenter boys there. Perhaps the cutout peg came out and they had to put it back in again. They got it going. That's just a guess. Up the back straight they go then. Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. Crewing for the first time together this afternoon. Round that turn, the last lap flag. Whitelam, Terry Saunders. Brothers, Rod and Tristan. Second place, then third place is the Parmenter boys. Then Clive Stoneman and Ronan Broomfield. John Stafford, Dave Williams. Coming away at the back, it's Paul Johnson that I missed out in the middle. There goes the checker flag, 92. Paul Whitelam opens his account with a win. Rob Tristan Winterburn a good second, the Parmenter boys in third. Clive Stoneman and Ronan Broomfield. Oh. Race 2, Sidecar Masters, a win for 92. Paul Whitelam and, nearly read what it said in the programme then. Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. Second place, number 48, Rod and Tristan Winterburn. Third place, number 18, Gary and Craig Parmenter. Fourth place, number 57, Clive Stoneman and Ronan Broomfield. Fifth place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Kevin Jones. Sixth place, number 81, John Stafford and David Williams. Our reserves replacing Rob Bradley. The winner's time, 1 minute 41.79 seconds, a speed of 53.36 miles per hour, sponsored by Maidstone Motor Liner Centre. You bend them, and we mend them. On to race 3, sponsored by Chris and Marie Ormerod. Chris and Marie Ormerod. It was their wedding anniversary at GTSA a few weeks ago, but I've forgotten how many years. Well done, Chris and Marie. Sticking it together. Race 3. We look for number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. Matt Fiberona and Andy Wilson, 25. Colin Blackmore and Paul Whitelam. 9, Matt Gerald, Sean Yates, 44. Big Boys. Off the line they go then, down the first straight. It's Colin Blackmore that makes it down the first straight first. Rolling like that, Mr. Tyrrell in second place. It's 25, Colin Blackmore leading. Down the back straight. L for leather. So Matt Tyrrell in second place, pushing hard after Colin Blackmore. Colin Blackmore leading it. Colin Blackmore and Paul Whitelam Jr. from Matt Tyrrell. Number 2, Steve Smith. Carl Pugh. There's Matt Fiberona and Andy Wilson. Pete Lloyd and Terry Madley. And bringing up the rear, Reg Blackmore and Martin Bailey. Colin Blackmore getting a little bit excited and running away from the rest of them. Smith's going to make a move on Mr. Tyrrell. Colin Blackmore leading down the Robber Straight. Into this turn, we'll see the last lap flag in front of them. Steve Smith unable to make any more ground at the moment. 25, Colin Blackmore, Paul Whitelam Jr. 1 lap to go. 69, Matt Tyrrell, Sean Yates. Steve Smith now gaining a few yards. Can he do it on this last lap? Steve Smith pushing hard in third place. Making a move on the outside, not quite making it.
Round the last turn then for the last time, the checkered flag is out, and the first ride win for Colin Blackmore and Paul Whitelam Jr. From Matt Tyrrell, Sean Yates, Steve Smith, Carl Pugh, Matthew Roder, Andy Wilson, Peter Lloyd, Terry Madley, Reg Blackburn, Martin Bailey. Race 3, 25.69. Third place, number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. Fourth place, number 5, Matt Fumaroda and Andy Wilson. Fifth place, number 44, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. And in sixth place, number 26, Reg Blackburn, Martin Bailey. The winner's time, 1 minute 39.60 seconds, a speed of 54.54 miles per hour. From the top, 25, 69, 2, 5, 44, 26. 1 minute 39.60 seconds, 54.54 miles per hour. Thank you to our sponsors, Chris and Marie Ormond. Race 4, underway, that takes 5. Sponsored by Alec and Di Wayne, Amy and Holly. Gets down to the first turn first. Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman as the riders all bunch up on that turn. Some tight racing stuff there, and it gets very, very, very tight in the middle. Duncan Tolhurst has taken over, and Rick McCauley, I think he's dropped his passenger. Oh no, his passenger is on there. But, they go in the middle after a cracking start there, relegated to the centre green. Around they come then, 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Rob Patterson. From Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney. And Alfie and Terry Pern on the Ducati, ladies and gentlemen, the V-twin Ducati. Courtney at the back at the moment. Well, not quite the back. 34, Duncan Tolhurst, Rob Patterson, half distance. Richard Thomas, Kevin Woodley. On Matthews, Mick Stace trying the long way round on the outside. Does he get there? It looks like he gets his front wheel in front down that straight. Richard Thomas fights back there, side by side into that next turn. Ivor Matthews takes the advantage. Into second place, but it's Duncan Tolhurst, long gone, way out in front, with Rob Patterson in the chair. On the last lap flag they go. Ivor Matthews on the outside, Richard Thomas on the inside. Wayne Westerway, Mark Courtney, and Alfie Pern, and 51, Rick McCauley, and Phil Stoneman. The checkered flag is out. Duncan Tolhurst, local from South Balance, takes the win with Rob Patterson all the way from Australia to passenger him this afternoon. 15 then Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Richard Thomas, Kevin Woodley, Wayne Westerway, Mark Courtney, and 51. Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman. Well, just looking at those times, they're very, very close times this afternoon, very, very close speeds, and we're heading for a fantastic final. The Sidecar Masters, race 4, sponsored by Alec and Di Wayne, with Amy and Holly. A win for number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Rob Patterson. Second place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Third place, number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. Fourth place, number 118, Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney. Fifth place, number 14, Alfie and Terry Pern. And in sixth place, number 51, Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman. The winner's time was 1 minute 40.27 seconds, a speed of 54.17 miles per hour. From the top, 74, 15, 60, 118, 14, 51, 1 minute 40.27 seconds, 4.17 miles per hour. The solos are underway down the back straight. Leg 1, Andrew Appleton and Paul Hurry hit it in big time on the first race of the afternoon solo-wise. And it is number 4, Andrew Appleton, the lead. Paul Hurry, Rob Hiscock, Gareth Hickmock, Richard Smith, Bob Dolman, Martin Williams and Phil Bunce. Sponsored by Sunnybank Body Repairs. Thank you, Sunnybank Body Repairs. Round they come then. Paul Hurry's made him past Andrew Appleton. He is defending Masters champion. He is the double South Eastern Centre champion. He is the European Grasstrack champion. And he is number 3 in the World Long Track Series this year. Can he add another Masters to his credit? Round he comes, he's winding up that throttle, he's going for it, one more lap to go, and Andrew Appleton's not finished yet. Andrew Appleton chasing hard in second place, through the gap back to Hiscock, Richard Smith, Gareth Hickmock, Martin Williams, Bob Dolman and Phil Bunce. Are we going to have a late challenge from Andrew Appleton? Paul Hurry seems to get the power down early. Absolutely flying round that turn. 86, Paul Hurry takes the win. Andrew Appleton in second place. It's Godden, Smith, Gareth Hickmott, Martin Williams, Bob Dolman, bringing up the rear, Flat Hill, Phil Vance. Race 5, Solo Masters, sponsored by Sunnybank Body Repairs. Their phone numbers there, down in the Canterbury area. A win for the Master of 2005. Not the Masters champion yet, but he's been the Master of all the other meetings. 86, Paul Hurry. Second place, number 4, Andrew Appleton. Third place, number 9, Mitch Godden. Fourth place, number 33, Richard Smith. Fifth place, number 7, Gareth Hickmott. Sixth place, number 25, Martin Williams. Seventh place, number 16, Bob Dolman. Eighth place, number 366, Phil Vance. The winner's time was 1 minute 16.91 seconds, a speed of 62.34 miles per hour. I was just taking a sip of me water, big mouthful of it, and somebody loops it on the line and drops it. Can't really see who it is from here. It might be Mark Giles. Let's see who comes round here. Jason Handley leads it from Cumbria. Down there in the Folkestone area, in second place. I dare say, dare to say, no he is. He's holding second place at the moment. Jason Handley is leading it by the proverbial mile. 95, Jason Handley, lovely to see him here in Sussex. Trevor Banks in second. Mark Taylor. Danny Stanton. Oh, I think we lost Tom Cooper actually. Tom Cooper stopped on the centre green. 95, Jason Handley with one more lap to go. He's left to compare his time. Hurry, Trevor Banks is in second place still. Then Mark Taylor. Dean Garrod bringing up the rear there. After stopped and got started again. Round comes 95. Jason Handley, his first win of the afternoon. Trevor Banks, ever consistent, he's there in second place. Followed home by Mark Taylor, Daniel Winterton. I'm going to put his Stanton just a minute, sorry about that. Wayne Barrett. Dean Garrod. Race 6. Race 6, sponsored by Bert Strober. A win for 95, Jason Handley. Second place to number 12, Trevor Banks. Third place to number 170, Mark Taylor. Fourth place to number 112, Daniel Winterton. Fifth place, number 23, Wayne Barrett. Sixth place, number 121, Dean Garrod. No other finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 18.29 seconds, a speed of 61.24 miles per hour. From the top, 95, 12, 170, 112, 23, 121, 1 minute 18.29 seconds, 61.24 miles per hour. Tom Cooper, he didn't do enough laps to qualify, and he also did have outside assistance. This is race 7, the Solo Masters, sponsored by Spotless Mobile Car Wash. 20, David Howe it is. On the spatial trial card for Kelvin Taylor. Out in front and going places, and what a tremendous lead he's got on already. Dave Mears in second place. Onwards and upwards. Round they come then. David Howe. Little glance over his shoulder, sees it's all clear behind him. David Howe from David Mears. From Glen Phillips. Glen Phillips makes his move and goes up into second place there to Dave Mears. Dave Mears faltered just a little bit on that corner. Oh, who's that coming up through into fourth place? Looks like Jamie Rodgers. Round they come then. Last lap flag for David Howe. Glen Phillips. Jamie Rodgers. He's right, Jamie Rodgers. He's got to move up a place on this turn. He goes to the wide outside. He gets his nose in front. Dave Mears unfortunately drops back one more place. Steve Braidford now is next in line, and then Bradley Kite. Checkered flag, a win for David Howe. Glen Phillips in second place, Jamie Rodgers in third, Dave Mears, Steve Braidford, Bradley Kite. Race 7, Solo Masters, a win for number 20, David Howe. Second place, number 15, Glen Phillips. Third place, number 71, Jamie Rodgers. Fourth place, number 139, David Mears. Fifth place, number 215, Steve Braidford. Sixth place, number 495, Bradley Kite. Seventh place, number 58, Mark Shillman. And eighth place, number 8, Reece Wilding. The winner's time was 1 minute 19.49 seconds, a speed of 60.32 miles per hour. Tony Knoll, could you go and see Colin Sweeby, please? Tony Knoll to see Colin Sweeby, please. Thank you. On to leg 2 then, race 8, Sidecar Masters, sponsored by Parnell Transport. Parnell Transport. Other Grasstrack's great supporters. We look for 48, Rod and Tristan Winterburn. 51, Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman. 24, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. Then Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney, Matthew Marola, Andy Wilson, and Lee Jones, Matt Winch. Wilson, the only man I think in that whole race to have won one heat on his Suzuki machine. Can he repeat that here? No doubt he would like to. The starters take it underline. Under starters orders. Right, race 5, there they come. Down the first straight, we're really cracking on with this now, and it is Rob Wilson and he's flying again. They go down to the first turn first. They really mean business this afternoon. Wayne Westaway is the man that's gone into second place. There's a big bunch of them all there for second, third and fourth places. They start to sort themselves out, but the third and fourth men are still battling. The third man gets up into his third place. The fourth man isn't finished yet. The fourth man comes back underneath him. Goes back, Matthew Marola moves back up into third place. Tristan Winterburn go down to fourth. Meanwhile, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale are well clear and pulling away from the rest of the pack. Wayne Westaway and Sean Courtney, I keep calling him that, don't I? Mark Courtney. Really flying there in second place, really coming up in the rankings this year. 24, Rob Wilson, Ian Whale. Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney, Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson, Rod and Tristan Winterburn. And Rick McCauley, and Phil or Clive Stoneman, I've lost it. Phil Stoneman. Stoneman Racing Crew, very famous down that part of the world for many years. The last lap flag for Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. On the Suzuki, Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney, Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson, Rod and Tristan Winterburn, Rick McCauley, Phil Stoneman, Lee Jones, Matt Winch bringing up the rear. Lovely to see them in their first Masters. I'm sure they'll do even better next year. Round they come then, the checkered flag goes for Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. 2 rides and 2 wins. The man again. By Wayne Westaway, Matthew Marola, Rod Winterburn, Rick McCauley, Lee Jones. Sidecar Masters, race 8, sponsored by Parnell Transport. A win. 24, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale. Second place, number 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. Third place, number 5, Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson. Fourth place, number 48, Rod and Tristan Winterburn. Fifth place, number 51, Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman. And sixth place, Lee Jones, Matt Winch. The winner's time was 1 minute 37.03 seconds, a speed of 55.98 miles per hour. That's 24, 118, 5, 48, 51 and 3. 1 minute 37.03 seconds, 55.98 miles per hour. Next place in Ace's promotion, of course, is the Rob Wilson tribute evening. Come presentation evening, come dinner dance. On the 12th of of November. Tickets available from Box Videos. There's 150 seats, 80 of which have been sold. Sidecar Masters, race 9, sponsored by the Making Motorliner Centre. So, starters are not happy. Here we go then. Williams off the line and down the straight they come. Steve Smith's in this one, he didn't get the best of cars. Duncan Tolhurst comes in. Duncan Tolhurst scoots onto the inside and acquire red flags. Red flags. Red flags up, riders being brought to a halt. Red flags are up. And the Mason Aces are privileged this afternoon to be allowed to host the meeting for the Auto Cycle Union. The Auto Cycle Union tell us the rules, we obey their commands. They choose the wild cards, they see who the runners are through the qualifiers and things, and then we stage the event for them. And we've certainly done our best with over 12 months of planning, replanning, we're here. We're doing our very, very best to save this circuit for 2 years and have it in its best condition we can get it into. And we did. 2005 British Masters, here comes race 10. Gary Jackson makes it into the first first. Ivan Matthews in hot pursuit in second place. I don't think there was a previous race winner in this race, so that must mean they start meeting each other in a minute. All of these picking up very, very valuable points. Ron Wilson scored 7 in his first ride, Blackburn 7, Tolhurst 7, Whitelam 7. They are had a race win already. None of those go in this one, so points, very valuable points being earned here, and Gary Jackson is earning more of them than anybody else. Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth. Leading Michael Matthews, mixed 8. Badley, Roden Broomfield, John Stafford and David Williams. Ivan Matthews makes a run up on Gary Jackson. He came close down that straight, but Ivan lost a bit of ground. He comes very fast into that turn. He rides right around the outside of Gary Jackson. Can Gary Jackson hold on to it? Brilliant cornering from Gary Jackson. And Ivan Matthews loses the ground that he made up by going a bit wide there. Matt Tyrrell hoping to come in on the action. Ivan again starts making up the ground. Very fast down that straight, but they seem equidistant now. Gary Jackson pulls away. Round this turn then. Gary Jackson a little bit wider this time. Ivan Matthews moving up on the inside. Track craft, the checkered flag. Gary Jackson wins. Ivan Matthews second. Matt Tyrrell. Peter Lloyd. 5 Stoneman and John Stafford bringing up the rear. Race 10 sponsored by Small Science Solutions. Race 10. A win, a very valuable win, for number 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. Second place, number 15, consistent running from number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Third place, number 69, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates. Fourth place, number 44, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Fifth place, number 57, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield. Sixth place, number 81, John Stafford and David Williams. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.14 seconds, an average speed of 55.35 miles per hour. From the top, 23, 15, 69, 44, 57, 81. 1 minute 38.14 seconds, 55.35 miles per hour. That was race 10. You didn't put it in race 9, did you? You didn't, did you? You did, didn't you? I can tell. Yeah, it were him. It were him. This one's race 11. This will be at the bottom of the page. In this one as well. The Ducati is in there in fourth place at the moment. Colin Blackburn, who had a sparkling win the first time out, is down in fifth place at the moment. Points he can ill afford to lose. The Ducati is winding up and trying to come up from fourth into third. On the front line is Paul Whitelam, the defending champion driver. John Hiscock, Simon Wall, hammering away there in second place. Then Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley in third place, Colin Blackburn in fourth. Alfie and Terry Pern on the Ducati in fifth. Rich Blackburn bringing up the rear. Scott Hiscock. Simon Wall. Richard Thomas making a move there in third place, trying to take second. Colin Blackburn's there with him. Ducati has dropped back to fifth place. Colin Blackburn makes a move around the outside of the Cornishman. It's the East Midlander versus the Cornishman, and he makes a move on John Hiscock. John Hiscock goes, sends back Colin Blackburn wide. Around they come, there's one more lap to go. It's tight stuff for that third and fourth place. There's no love lost there between those two outfits, and Colin Blackburn again goes around the outside. He tries to make John Hiscock as well, can't quite make it, and he loses that place back to, and the Cornishman makes a move on John Hiscock. Those three are tight. You could put them in the back of a mini pickup as they come round there. It's Paul Whitelam that wins the race. Who's going to get second? Well, sort it out yourselves. I have no comment to make whatsoever. That's too close for me. Well, how about this then? If you're on the left-hand side of my caravan, you'll see this one way. If you're on the right-hand side of my caravan, you're going to see it another way. If you sat in the middle, this is how it came out. Race 11, at the bottom of the page, mate, all right? Bottom of the page. Race 11, sponsored by Bailey Motorsport. Sponsored by Bailey Motorsport. Oh, that's good. They sponsored Paul Whitelam and he won it. That was good, that, wasn't it? Race 11, sponsored by Bailey Motorsport. A win for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. You all knew that, didn't you? In second place, I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to tell you. In second place, it was number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. In third place, it was number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. And in fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Simon Wall. I think fact paper come to mind. In fifth place was number 14, Alfie and Terry Pern. And in sixth place, number 26, Reg Blackburn and Martin Bailey. The winner's time was 1 minute 40.06 seconds, a speed of 54.29 miles per hour. Kev Jones, oh I know your name, but I can't think of your first name. And Kev Jones' wife, could you make your way to the ambulance please? It's waiting to leave and they understand that you need to ride in it. So Kev Jones' good lady wife, could you please make your way to the ambulance please? Thank you. Yes, race 11, sponsored by Bailey Motorsport, 92, 60. 25, 184, 14, 26, 1 minute 40.06 seconds, 54.29 miles per hour. This should be the rerun of race 9. Off the line they come, then down the straight. The red flags on. Restart of race 9, and here they come. John Halsey gets the best of it. Steve Smith in third with Gary and Craig Parmenter in fourth. Mike Day in fifth. Well, they bunch up a bit on the first turn. Duncan Tolhurst pushing hard, but John Halsey is leading at the moment. John Halsey slides a bit wide, but he's hanging on to the advantage of the speed. Steve Smith seems to be slowing with problems. Bikes seem to stop, an arm come in the air, then it went again, and they're underway, and here they come round the turn. 13, John Halsey, Jason Glenn, Patterson, Steve Smith and Howe, and Gary and Craig Parmenter in fourth. Mike Day, problems for him. He might cruise round just to see what points he can pick up. Wants to go to the inside or the outside. John Halsey, Duncan Tolhurst, Steve Smith, Parmenter boys. Duncan Tolhurst tries the outside, he's hungry for it, he wants that Masters Championship this afternoon, he doesn't want to lose any points here. Closes that gap right up on that corner, he's taken the wide line, John Halsey shuts the door on him, Duncan Tolhurst cuts up on the inside, but it's John Halsey to lead, Duncan Tolhurst in second. Then Steve Smith, and Gary Parmenter. Mike Day still limping round at the back. Duncan Tolhurst again. Very excited as he comes around this last turn. He knows it's now or never. Do or die attempts. He shows the front wheel to John Halsey. John Halsey goes wide. Duncan Tolhurst creeps back on the inside. They come to the line. It's John Halsey gets it. Duncan Tolhurst in second. Steve Smith in third. Gary and Craig Parmenter in fourth. I've lost Mike Day altogether. Race 9. Race 9. Sponsored by the Maidstone Motorliner Centre. You bend 'em, we mend 'em. A win for number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie, their first win of the afternoon. Starting to come good. Second place to number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Rob Patterson. Third place to number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. And fourth place to number 18, Gary and Craig Parmenter. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 39.79 seconds, a speed of 54.43 miles per hour. From the top, 13, 74, 2, 18. 1 minute 39.79, 54.43. Catherine, if you hear me, can you make your way to the commentary box, please? Catherine, commentary box. So the Masters, we're back with and sponsored by the Horseman Whitley Motorcycle Club. Horseman Whitley Motorcycle Club sponsoring a race in our Masters. And away they go down the first straight. Jason Handley picks it up on the front line. It's Jason Handley that goes for gold this afternoon as he comes around his turn. He had a win first time out. He's piling up the points here. David Howe goes with him. David Howe also had a win first time out. And Andrew Appleton is in third. Three of the front runners in this event all meet in this race together. Jason Handley then, stamping his authority on this one. As he slides it round the turn, the man from Cumbria, up there near Penrith. 95, Jason Handley. From David Howe, Andrew Appleton, Richard Smith, Steve Braidford. And Mark Taylor. Daniel Winterton. Tom Cooper. One more left to go, but 95, Jason Handley from 20. David Howe, Andrew Appleton, Richard Smith, Steve Braidford. 170, Mark Taylor. Daniel Winterton and Tom Cooper. There goes the checkered flag. Jason Handley picks up his second win. David Howe drops some points. This has been one of the deciding factors in this afternoon's make-up of the Masters. Andrew Appleton third, Richard Smith fourth, Steve Braidford fifth. Race 12, sponsored by the Horse from Whitby Motorcycle Club. Solo Masters to win for number 95, Jason Handley. 2 rides, 2 wins for him this afternoon. Second place, number 20, David Howe. Third place was number 4, Andrew Appleton. Fifth place was number 33, Richard Smith. Fifth place, number 215, Steve Braidford. Sixth place, number 112, Daniel Winterton. Seventh place, number 170, Mark Taylor. And eighth place, number 153, Tom Cooper. The winner's time was 1 minute 15.87 seconds, an average speed of 63.20 miles per hour. Very fast action here this afternoon. In fact, that 63.2 is the fastest race of the afternoon in the solo class. Fastest man in the sidecars, I make Rob Wilson on 55.98. I'm not trying to preempt the result, I'm just letting you know. Who's the fastest? We go again then, race 13. Never been my favourite number, but let's see what happens in this one. Down to the first turn they go, and they start to bunch up, and it's all hell for leather stuff as they come round this turn. Who's going to get there first? Side by side, followed by Bradley Kite. I think Mitch Kitchen's moved up into up from a reserve position. Not sure whose place he's taken yet. '15 then, Glen Phillips, number 9, Steve Godden. 18, Mitch Kitchen, 195, Bradley Kite, 18, Bruce Wilding, 26, Mark Giles, 16, Bob Darwin, and 366, Phil Vance. Right. Around they come then, 15. Quite a long way in front of Mitch Godden, holding it for second place, scoring some very valuable points. Mitch Godden making his, Vince Kinchin making his move on Mitch Godden in that third place. Nice to see he's back on form so soon after that very nasty accident, which threatens to curtail his career. 15, Glen Phillips wins, Mitch Godden second, Vince Kinchin third. Follow home with Bradley Kite, Reece Wilding, Bob Dolman, Mark Giles, Phil Vance. Race 13. Nice to see that one over without any great problems. A win for number 15, Glen Phillips. Very valuable points for him there. Second place to number 9, Mitch Godden. Third place to number 18. That was our reserve Vince Kitchen. Fourth place, 495, Bradley Kite. Fifth place, number 8, Reece Wilding. Sixth place, Bob Dolman. Seventh place, 26, Mark Giles. Eighth place, 61.61 miles per hour. This is race 14 in the Solo Masters, sponsored by the White Hart Public House, Playgate, Collier Street. And it's Paul Hurry that leads it. Paul Hurry leading this one through the bank. Second place, Wayne Barrett, Dave Mears, Gareth Hiscock. Gareth Hiscock moving up ahead of Dave Mears. Dave Mears going a bit wide. Another place down the back straight. Gareth Hiscock goes big time. Oh, straight into the ropes over there. I think you'd need a red flag, gentlemen. Got a red flag on that one for sure. Gareth Hiscock, a right topsy-turvy on the far side there. Please don't everybody run over those ropes. Would you please get back behind those ropes? We have medics here to look after people. I doubt you're qualified. Can you lot get back behind that rope? Catherine, now is a good time to get out there with your water, darling. Catherine, a good time to go out with the water. I think I have a few minutes break here at the moment, and really not happy with the way Gareth thumped into a post on that far side. Well, we've got some very good news. Gareth is up and okay, and that's lovely to see that. Want to see anybody hurt here this afternoon. We didn't come here to hurt people, we're coming to have some very good racing. We've had some already, and we're going to get some more. Rumble Tums are here with 3 different burger vans, so no excuse to be hungry. Off we go then, race 14. Race 14, the Solo Masters, and Paul Hurry makes that break again with Trevor Banks again in second place. Round they come then. Paul Hurry. It really is his year this afternoon. It is his year this year. Who said that? Murray Walker, that one. I was just taking the mickey out of Murray Walker. Here they come then. European champion, number 3 in the long track. Defending Masters champion. Double South Eastern Centre champion. 2 more laps to go in this one. He's well clear and in front. Trevor Banks in second place. Mark Gilman, David Mears, Jamie Rodgers. Down the straight they go then. Jamie Rodgers gets upper place on the far side. Round they come. Paul Hurry, 1 more lap to go. Paul Hurry leading. Trevor Banks in second place. Mark Gilman, Jamie Rodgers, David Mears and Martin Williams. Remember, you saw it here at Northiam, the British Masters 2005. Paul Hurry, another win. 2 rides, 2 wins. Trevor Banks rolls home second. Jamie Rodgers in third. Then 58 Mark Tillman, 139 David Mears, 25 Martin Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, race 14, sponsored by the White Hart. Claygate, Collier Street. A win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second place, number 12, Trevor Banks. Third place, number 71, Jamie Rodgers. Fourth place, number 58, Mark Chilman. Fifth place, number 139, Dave Mears. Sixth place, number 25, Martin Williams. No other finishers. The winner's time of 1 minute 15.95 seconds, giving an average speed of 63.13 miles per hour. Jason Handley still the fastest. Race 14, sponsored by the White Hart, Claygate, 86, 12, 71, 58, 139, 25, 1 minute 15.95 seconds, a speed of 63.13 miles per hour. Something you would all, or not, a lot of you would like to have heard earlier, but you're actually going to hear it now. Unfortunately, Mark Giles has pulled out of the rest of the meeting. Lewis Denham rides the Masters 2005. Obviously, I think it'll be a now he's in. These are the sidecars. It's race 15. Lead into the first turn. Colin Blackburn in there in second place, and it's Ivor Matthews in third. 3 of the superstars of British Grasstrack meet in this race and do battle together with one another. Into the paddock turn they go, and Rob Wilson on the Suzuki. I believe the only Suzuki now in the meeting. Paul Johnson had the other one, and the only Suzuki this is all winning so far. Rob Wilson, Ian Whale, Colin Blackburn, and Paul Whitelam Jr. Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. And who's that coming up on the outside of Ivor Matthews and really flying into that turn? Round they come then. Winding up the throttle, it's Rob Wilson leading well. Blackburn in for 1. Oh, it's Neil Owen coming up from the reserve rank. He's the one giving Ivor a bit of a worry in time. On the Godden V-twin, but out in front on the Suzuki GSX R1000. Lots of brake horsepower, running on methanol. Big smooth bore carburetors. Here he comes. Out of that turn, start flat flag. Rob Wilson near while. Paul Whitelam Jr. Ivor Matthews, Mick Stace. Neil Owen, Kevin Colborne. John Hiscock, Symon, birthday boy wall. Last turn for the last time. Bob Wilson takes that one. Probably Blackboard. Neil Owen got the better then of Ivor Matthews on that last lap. And John Hiscock bringing up the rear. Cars underway again. John Halsey that leads into the first turn. And Paul Whitelam has come through. Paul Whitelam has picked it up. Paul Whitelam powers out of that turn and away down that back straight. It's Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders and little John Halsey. John Halsey comes up on the inside. Paul Whitelam says you're not having it. John Halsey says I want it. John Halsey goes through. John Halsey just a bit wide. Paul Whitelam pulls the tight line, but it's John Halsey that leads. Paul Whitelam in second place. It is Duncan Tolhurst. He also wants this Masters Championship quite bad. He chases after them. Duncan Tolhurst coming up the outside, giving Paul Whitelam a hard time. Paul Whitelam fights back, but John Halsey showing his old fox campaigning as he leads down this straight. Duncan Tolhurst making a move there to try and take that second place from him. Then it's Rick McCauley, Clive Stoneman, and Alfie and Terry Pernell and Ducati at the rear. The Masters, the big one, the one they all want to win, and John Halsey is out in front in this one. He sees the last lap flag. Paul Whitelam relegated to third place. The defending champion is starting to lose the grip, and Rob Wilson has put one hand, I believe, on that trophy. And look at Duncan Tolhurst as he remeans business. He goes hard after John Halsey. It's the last turn for the last time. It's now or never. And Duncan is staying on the outside. Will he cut back to the inside? No. He's going to run around the outside. He's not going to get there. It's John Halsey, Duncan Tolhurst, Paul Whitelam, Rick McCauley. And 57, Clive Stoneman. 14, Alfie and Terry Pern. The pressure is on. And Rob Wilson is sitting slightly more comfortably now on the top of that tree. Race 15 was 24. 25, 4, 15, 184. 1 minute 35.57, a speed of 56.84. And race 16 was 74, 13, 92, 51, 57, 14. 1 minute 38.75 seconds, 55.01. Yes, I didn't give those time and speed out for that one, did I?
What was I put back for? Colin, please. Knocked number 92 out the way, going into the pit bend, wasn't it? 92, case on that bottom bend. I'm talking about this bend drove inside a guy and hit him and knocked him out of the racing line.
Whoever doesn't come out for that, after the Masters.
Race 16, you've got to listen. Race 16, you've got to listen and don't shoot the messenger. Whatever you do, don't shoot the messenger. Sidecar Masters, sponsored in memory of Ben and Gwen Kitchen. Sponsored by in memory of Ben and Gwen Kitchen. The clerk of course has ruled unfair riding on John Halsey. First lap. First place is 74 Duncan Tolhurst. Second place is 13 John Halsey. Third place is 92 Paul Whitelam. Fourth place is 51 Rick McCauley. Place number 57 and 614. I'll do the rest later. Gary Jackson hits the front line in race 17. Sponsored by Alec and Daiwayne, Amy and Holly. Down the back straight they go then. It's Gary Jackson. and Carl Blyth. Can I hear some marshal's whistles? We've got a passenger on the floor. I think right behind the tractor. That's Parmenter's, I think. Red flags are up. Red flags. That'll be the stop of that one for a minute, whilst we regain our thoughts. Sidecar Masters race 17. Clerk of the course says no unfair play or anything on the on the turn there. Gary and Craig Parmenter coming to grief totally on their own. So race 17 will be rerun with 5 riders only and without Gary and Craig Parmenter.
If I ask you to leave the track, I'm taking this advice on the basis of what people have told me down there, because I didn't see the incident. All I can say is...
Who gives you advice down there? Hang on, it's about Colin, it's not...
So would you please leave the track?
No.
I give you 30 seconds to leave the track, or I shall fine you for failing to obey the instructions.
Listen, in the part of the course, I've got it in right now. I've asked the AC this week, right? If there's a contact... Colin, don't walk away.
There's nothing I can say which will appease you.
Listen.
I have taken advice from the assistant clerk of the course and the marshals, and they say that it was a clear racing incident.
But when he gets knocked off the back, by him?
I didn't. They said he fell off. Nobody saw it. So that's the advice I have, and that's the decision I've made.
Mr. The one I had then, your son I hit 92, he's been put back to third, I've been put back to second, and the bloke that was third, Duncan, he's had the win now and he wasn't involved in the shunt.
That's not my problem. I can't take account of what happens in the race after the incident that concerns me. The incident concerns me involved 2 people, and you were behind one of them and hit them, and I made my decision. No, you can't. You go away and let me in peace.
That's my argument here, isn't it?
No, you have no argument.
You said in the riders' briefing, don't go back to races that were earlier in the meeting.
Kindly leave this
Can you
alone.
listen that? What was said in the riders' briefing this morning was that any incident that happened earlier part of races cannot be brought up further on in the meeting. We will leave the track now.
Not letting you back in?
So what am I supposed to have done then? He's come across me in front of me and I've carried on going.
He was in front, so he's got...
He wasn't in front, he come over, he overtook me, didn't he?
I have made my observations.
I know you have, but you listen to everyone says,
about
Colin, and
it.
it's
I'm not taking anybody else. I've made
no, but the decisions are...